smoking on some good, something rosy on the wood. Standing on the shit so you can get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Smoking on some good, something rosy on the wood. And bitch, I got the belt so you just get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. I am burning. Big old wood, I'm burning. Big old booty, I'm yearning. Big old bucks, I'm earning. I put her in world design. But you know, Rico behind her. I'm about to give her that weight. Yeah, she ain't living like China. Earning my stripes like referee. I put a ring on the Stephanie. Me and the team is building up.
What it do, 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 bro. So, I had a completely different setup plan, but I was like just trying to get this going right, bro, and like it was messing up, but like I'm determined to get this done for y'all. You feel me? Cause this was just not working just now. Like I did test runs and everything. It was not working for me. Oh my God, I think I just messed something up again. Oh my God, I did. Okay, listen. I definitely just messed this up. We're only on video today. I was gonna try to, do a little extra and try to do the video and the podcast and, just make sure that I'm doing both of them, but I mean, this worked right in my test drive, bro, and it has not worked right since. Like, we'll get that taken care of. But what's good, everybody? It is your boy, Dame Don, ladies and gentlemen. I officially want to welcome you, oh God, bro, to the first episode of the Common Sense Ain't Common podcast. Do you all realize what it's taken to get here? The effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the patience. The patience most importantly, because I mean, like, I don't really have those. But this entire situation required a lot of patience. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of rambling. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dame Don, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. It's Dame Don everywhere. It's everywhere, Dame Don. I am officially the host of the Common Sense Ain't Common podcast, where we come to you and we show you that common sense, it is truly not common. Sometimes that little bit of common sense is too much for people. Sometimes it's only 50 cents, but it's still too much for people. It's too much for them. They're not capable of having the cent, the common cent, the 50 cent. They don't have the cent. But before we get started, I want you to pour up a drink right here. I was gonna tell the people on the podcast to watch me on the YouTube, but there's nobody right here. But for the people that's on the YouTube, which you're the only people here, by the way. Right here we got a Casamigos Reposada Margarita Strawberry. Shit slamming, bro. It's slamming. Listen, I want you to go get some liquor. I want you to fire up, roll up if you got to. Can we smoke on YouTube? I'm not sure if we can smoke on YouTube, but if we can't smoke, I got something to cover me up, because I'm definitely about to spark up, and we definitely about to go ahead and get started. So this is just the first episode, so it's pretty much gonna be just like an introduction episode. I got some questions that I can answer for y'all, well, that y'all asked me. Well, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm gonna answer some of y'all questions that y'all sent in, that I asked for. And again, those were sent in on the social media sites. I really wish this podcast thing was working. Actually, I'm just gonna pick it up from here. Bam. And so now I'm officially recording on the podcast website too. Podcast people, you're gonna have to go on YouTube and catch up, but you didn't miss too much, maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. All you need to really do is roll up, grab a drink, have your stuff ready, and just know we about to have a good time. You ain't missed no introductions besides the fact that I'm Dame Don and I'm your host of the Common Sense podcast. That's all you've missed. That's all you've missed. So if you also want to download and give me those podcast numbers, I need those. So let's go ahead and get that cracking. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna just jump right in. Make sure y'all got y'all drinks. Make sure y'all got y'all drinks. Make sure y'all got y'all smoke. If you chew tobacco, go on and put the tobacco under your lip. You know, if you wanna I'm sorry, everything is supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. 1 second here. Let me just bam. We won't be doing that no more. I'm so sorry. And I do apologize to who that was texting me, but you have to wait. I'm so sorry. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. That text just threw me completely off. So I'm sparking the blunt up, and while I spark the blunt up, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you a little bit about myself. So again, my name is Dane Don. Damien is my real first name. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I know most of you probably don't even know where that is, aside from the fact that the Bucks did just win the championship, Bucks in 6. Congratulations to them. But for the people that don't know about Milwaukee, Stephen A. Smith, whatever his name is, the basketball coach, legend, whoever he is, he didn't lie. Milwaukee is 100% a terrible city. Hold on, I got to take a hit. For the people that's on the podcast and you can't see me, I'm taking a hit. The people, he did not lie. It's a terrible city. It snows. There's idiots running around everywhere. There's idiots falling from the sky. They're stealing cars. They're standing outside of bars, can't even get in. They're just idiots walking around, literally being idiots. But the Bucks did win. I did actually go down there to Deer District. I was live in Deer District. I'm not a basketball fan whatsoever. It was way too much for me. But I just wanted to kind of experience it. You know, that was just like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And everybody else jumped on the bandwagon, so why can't I? Shit, I'm 25. I was actually in school for broadcast journalism doing this. I was in college for broadcast journalism. I mean, I guess I technically still am. But once the panoramic hit, they switched us all to online. Yes, the panoramic, not the pandemic. If you're not on Twitter, you probably don't get the jokes. But once the panoramic hit, they switched the classes to online. And when they switched the classes to online, my grades went offline. Because it was a terrible experience. I mean, I literally went from A's and B's to D's, like, in record time. Hold on a second. And I'm just doing that because I don't even know if I can smoke. For the people that's on the podcast, I actually covered up myself hitting the blunt. We have to do that on the other app, another app that I used to stream on. So that's where I learned that from. And I'm not really sure if, you know, I don't want to be sensitized and all that shit over here. So just like that. All right, so I'm single, no kids. I'm kind of going through my little hoe phase right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not really looking for a relationship. If something comes about, that's great. But I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm in the middle of my hoe phase. I'm only 25, and I feel like not only am I in my hoe phase, but I'm like in the prime of my hoe phase. And so I know a lot of people are like having kids and stuff like that. Yeah, that's great for you. You know, I wasn't really fucking like that until I got out of high school. So maybe I'm catching up because y'all was popping it open profusely at 16. So maybe I'm just catching up, but I don't want a relationship. But it's a headache to me. Shit, it'd be so much going on in my head alone. I got shit to do. I don't really have time. We can be friends. We can be friends. That's where we going. That's where we going. That's where we gonna take that. That's where we gonna end that. I'm open to having friends. The next thing I want to go ahead and cover is why I wanted to pod. Somebody actually asked me this question. This was just a run sheet I created, so I'll actually answer this. when I get to the questions, because I created that before I actually like started looking through the questions and things like that. So something that I feel like I can bring differently to the podcast world. That's just something that I made up. Nobody asked me that, but I want to tell y'all what I feel like I can bring differently or different, because there's already so many people podcasting. There's already so much different content out there. But I feel like what will set me aside from other people is, number one, the content. Number two, the personality. Number three, I feel like the honesty, because I feel like people try to give you like this pin-up performance of like what life is, or what you expect that you should be, or you should have more by 25, or you should have this by this age. Says who? The internet? Says who? Says who? Says who? So I want to come and be as authentic as possible, and I don't even want to use the words authentic or genuine, because I feel like they're all words that are overused, just much like GOAT. Like they're all overused words. GOAT has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but it's just another overused term. Like it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's just my little introduction, you know. And I'm just really excited that, you know, first of all, I do want to thank everybody for riding with me. There's been a lot of people that have been supporting me since the idea even came about. I actually wanted to begin my podcast. I think I started playing around with this idea maybe 2 years ago. Excuse me, and that's the marijuana, not the corona. But I think I started playing around with the idea maybe 2 years ago, and then I just kind of procrastinated, and then one of my cousins hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, we should do, like, you should start a podcast. Like, we should do a podcast." And I'm like, you know, like, I've already been playing around with this idea. You know what I'm saying? I've already been playing around with this idea of doing a podcast, so I felt like that would be, especially from the wrestling aspect of it, because I feel like a lot of wrestling fans, you can tell that they've never felt the inside of a vagina, especially like the hardcore wrestling fans. You can tell that vagina is just not something that they obtain, or it doesn't even have to be vagina, just sex, period. Like, when you think of wrestling fan, you don't think normal, you think weird, you think glasses, you think your mom's basement, especially like hardcore wrestling fans. Like, I've been watching wrestling my whole life. Like, I wasn't watching anything else. I didn't care about football, basketball. I was watching Monday Night Raw. I was watching Thursday Night SmackDown. I was watching TNA Impact. I didn't give a fuck about the Bucks or the Packers or the Badgers, or, I mean, to be 100% honest, I was calling Giannis Guinness until like maybe 4 months ago. Like Guinness Book of World Records. That's what I thought his name was, Guinness, not Giannis. Guinness. Like, I didn't follow it. I didn't care about it. But I just feel like I wanted to show people that, you know, you can be normal and be a wrestling fan, because most of them are not. And I don't mean this a knock on any wrestling fans. No offense if you're living in your mom's basement or you don't know what sex feels like. No offense to you, but you should probably, you know, check out Christian Mingle or blackpeoplemeet.com, or Tinder is my personal favorite. But, you know, you can finally, you could, I'm sure you could find some type of outlet. Let me just tell you a quick story. Do you know that there was a wrestling fan? There was this crazed wrestling fan that was following this wrestler around. Her name was Sonya Deville. She's still a wrestler. There was this crazy fan. I guess he found where she lived, and Sonya lived with another wrestler. The fan was writing her these crazy notes, basically saying, "If you don't be with me, I'm gonna kill you and the girl that you live with," which is another wrestler. The craziest shit about all of this, the craziest part about all of this shit, the girl that he's courting and the girl that he's saying, "Oh, you have to be with me," is a lesbian. sir, she's a lesbian. So it's not like she doesn't want you personally. She doesn't want our whole population. And I mean, I understand Sonya Deville is she's very gorgeous. She's a very attractive woman. You know, if she does switch sides, I will be here for her. But right now, she's not playing for our team. And I don't think he understood that was like not personal. We'll leave that for like a wrestling day, but I just wanted to share that kind of story. Like, they wait for people at the airport. They'll go to your house and ask you to sign their title. Somebody did that to Ian Anderson before. They went to his house and asked him to sign his title. Like, that's not normal. You know, like, I can be a wrestling fan Monday through Friday and still go out and get a drink and, you know, be normal. I'm not really sure a lot of wrestling fans can do that, especially the hardcore ones. I'm not downing you guys. This is really to redeem us. I'm trying to redeem the hardcore wrestling fan. I'm trying to expunge the memory of what a hardcore wrestling fan is. Because the internet, the IWC, the internet wrestling community, y'all are awful, bro. Y'all are awful. Sorry, this is not a wrestling podcast. I'm sorry, but you know that is some stuff that we'll be talking about. You feel me? That's some stuff that we'll be talking about. That's some stuff. That's just a little tidbit. You feel me? But we gonna go ahead and we gonna get right into some questions. Hold on. Y'all still smoking? Y'all still drinking? Hold on. Let me take a sip. And for the people that's listening on the actual podcast, I don't think y'all were with us. I'm drinking a Casamigos Reposada strawberry margarita. I'm not one of those people that can do drinks. I can't do the drinks. If it's not like something like this, I can only do shots with a chaser. That's the only way. It gotta be shots with a chaser. And it is actually 5 o'clock. You know, they say it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is actually 5:30. I'm not gonna tell you what day it is because I think that dates your content. Well, technically the time would date the content too. Just forget it. All right, so the first question I got was actually from my sister. My sister in California. That's actually an interesting story too. Because I had a sister in California, my long lost sister, quite literally actually. I didn't meet her until I was, oh dear God, I'm 25. So I must have met her when I was, what, 22, 23, something like that. Oh my God, I'm 25. Yeah, I think I met her when I was maybe, my birthday is March 29th, by the way, Team Aries. Team Aries, we'll definitely do a Zodiac episode because Zodiac signs are very important around here. They very important around here. But, I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. Listen, her question was, the first question, and this was the only person's name I'd written down after the question, so I do apologize. But she did ask, what age did you fall in love with WWE? Now, before I answer this question, I want y'all to know that I got this same question in so many different forms and formats. What age did you start watching wrestling? Fall in love with wrestling? Fall in love with WWE? Like, everybody asked me this same exact question. So what age? Birth. That's probably the easiest answer I can give you is birth. I'm trying to think though, seriously though. I'm trying to think because I really don't remember a time ever not watching wrestling. Like, I don't remember ever not watching wrestling. Like, it's always been a part of my life, you know. It's kind of always been there. Oh God, here come this Australian motherfucker. This Australian motherfucker trying to take my spotlight. But listen, no, seriously. So wrestling has always like really been a part of my life. Really, like I really don't honestly remember ever not watching wrestling, honestly, at all. I do remember the first WrestleMania I remember, and for those that are non-wrestling fans, WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl of wrestling. So the first WrestleMania I seen was, I don't know if it was WrestleMania 17 or WrestleMania 18. I only know which one it was because of the set. And it'll be like, it was like a set and it just looked like a structure or something. I don't remember. But that's the first one I ever seen, I think. It wasn't the one that Rock and Hogan main evented. It wasn't that one. So if it wasn't that one, if that one was 18, then the first one I seen was 17. But I do remember, like, with WrestleMania, whatever WrestleMania was, I don't even, whichever one it was, I remember, like, Rob Van Dam was in, like, one of the opening matches. I remember seeing Kane and Big Show running around backstage, not literally running around, but, like, wrestling backstage. I almost want to say, like, Albert was in the match, too. A-Train? I don't know if y'all remember A-Train, but I almost want to say A-Train was in the match. I remember Christian having a match. I remember Goldust being in there somewhere. So yeah, that was my first wrestling, like WrestleMania. That's the first WrestleMania I can remember. And then after that, I don't really remember anything for WrestleMania 19. And then from WrestleMania 19 to WrestleMania 20, like WrestleMania 20 is where my wrestling memory really kicks off. Like, I can tell you pretty much everything from WrestleMania 20 to now. And I think where I'm like 37 or something like that. So yeah. Hold on, my blunt is burning out. Hold on. Take a hit. That's for people on the podcast, I'm sorry. Take a hit. But yeah, so like from WrestleMania 20 to pretty much now, that's like really when it kicked off for me. My next question was, oh wait, let me check these off because did I not have a, let me check these off. Alright, my next question. The next question I had was, who made my podcast logo? Now with this question, I don't know if you was personally asking me or if this was for the podcast. So I'm gonna answer your question here, and then I'm gonna DM you. Tongue twister. DM you after I record the podcast, and then I'll send you his information. But I also want to tell everybody here too. The sister that I was just actually telling you about, the one that lives in California, her husband actually made my my logo. So my brother-in-law. So if you go on my Instagram page, and that's Dame.Don, Dame.Don with 2 N's. If you go on the first picture that I first ever uploaded the logo, I actually tagged him. And you can definitely reach out to him if you want a logo, because that logo was crisp. I had a couple revisions. He didn't have any problem. He sent me, a rough draft. And I was like, oh, can we change this? Can we tweak that? Did everything with no problem. Everything was really cut and dry, and I really did appreciate that. Because, guys, listen, I started looking for a podcast logo in February. My logo was completed in April, like the beginning of May. Like April, beginning of May, something like that. And I had actually paid somebody to do my logo before this. It was no era of him, but it was from me trying to work with other people. There was actually this girl that I actually did pay $60 to do a logo for me. And that was just a down payment. I did a $60 down payment for the logo, and then she disappeared for 2 months, and then she tried to say that she had COVID, and I thought she was a liar, but I didn't want to tell her she was lying, so I just said okay, because you definitely just kind of ran off with my $60. Like, you didn't have no goddamn coronavirus, but I can't tell you didn't have coronavirus. We in the middle of a pandemic. Like, I would seem like a heartless piece of shit. but I want my $60, and I still want my $60. I'm actually gonna send you the link to this episode. So hi, if you're listening, you see that great logo that you weren't able to produce? My logo looks great. It does, right? Send me my $60 on Cash App, please. If you're on the YouTube, I'm smiling at the camera for you right now. Next question. Taking my goddamn money, running off my shit. But yeah, I'll tag him. His name is Zach. I'll put his name down here. You feel me? Okay. The next question I got. And you know, some of these questions, I was just kind of reading them over. And I was just kind of reading them like, bless y'all hearts. And this next question that I'm going to read, you'll understand why I'm saying, bless your heart. Because how did you even type this out to me? Like, so the question that I received here was, are you ready? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I'm going to say it again one more time for the people in the back. The question, and I'm dead ass, I got this question. The question is, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I'm not even going to answer this question. I'm just simply going to say, bless your heart. I'm going to say, bless your heart, and I thank you so much for your support. But I'm not really sure how much a woodchuck cut. But there used to be a response for that, and I thought I had it, but I don't have it. So I can't answer your question. I'm just going to say thank you for your support. But it is like, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, something. I'm going to figure it out, because a woodchuck could chuck wood, actually. I'm going to figure it out. Next question. Which WWE release hurt the most? So, if you guys, for those of you that are not wrestling fans, WWE has released about 130 wrestlers in the past year and a half, 2 years. Release meaning fired them. You're fired. You're fired. Like, they're gone. And I mean, they've released some pretty big names, like people that really had honestly no idea or no reason being released. But honestly, out of all the releases, and if you know me, you don't even have to ask this question. Out of all the releases, the release that hurt the most is Iconic. I missed them, bro. Billie Kay. I was literally a fan of Billie Kay since she walked through. The first time I seen Billie Kay, I uploaded her on Snapchat and I said, she gotta be back. That was the first time I had ever even seen Billie Kay. I knew. She was the one. But yeah, the Iconics hurt the most. Iconics, and I say maybe Samoa Joe, but Joe is back now. There was actually some other pretty decent names. Mickey James, for God's sakes. Mickey James. I didn't really... Ruby Riott wasn't one of like my personal favorites, but I think it's a shame that they released her and the Riott Squad never became tag team champions. The Riott Squad definitely deserve to be champions. They deserve to be champions more than the champions we have now. We'll talk about that on Friday, guys. Next. Wait, which one? Okay, so top 5 favorite wrestlers. Oh my God. Like of all time? Jesus, I don't know if I can give you a top 5. My top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. Triple H, Rob Van Dam, Edge, Bryan. Trish Stratus. Oh, it's time to rock and roll. I gotta say Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was like really my first love. I feel like Trish Stratus is like one of the reasons blonde hair and blue eyes is kind of my thing. I think Trish did that to me when I was younger. I think Trish did that to me. I like them blonde hair and blue eyes, you know. I don't discriminate, but you know, I do like blonde hair and blue eyes. All right, so look, somebody said, what made you want to do the podcast? So this is why I didn't answer the question on the front, because this is the question I got. What made me want to do the podcast is just really honestly diversity. I wanted to show you that, you know, it's okay to be normal black and a wrestling fan, because there's not a lot of normal black wrestling fans. Usually you see us like skateboarding and hoverboarding and all that shit. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing any of it. I'm actually pretty fucking normal. There's not a lot of normal hardcore wrestling fans, I feel like a lot of wrestling fans, they'll read a dirt sheet and they'll take the dirt sheet to the grave with them, and it's not even real. Like, the common sense ain't there sometimes. Like, the common sense is truly not common, especially when it comes to wrestling fans and dirt sheets and things like that. Alright, so when did you start watching wrestling? That's kind of like the same question. My whole life. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. That's the easiest answer I can give you. Like, I don't remember ever not watching wrestling. I remember when I was younger, when I used to play football and being at football practice, and the football practice used to end at 8:30, and Monday Night Raw came on at 8. Oh my God, kill me. Because at 7:45, I'm looking at the clock like, what time is it? Because I'm about to miss the pyro. I'm about to miss the opening promo. I don't care about football practice. That's probably why I stopped playing football. Because it was interrupting with my fucking wrestling. If they could have did practice on like Tuesdays, or if I could have just not went to practice on Mondays, my life probably would be a lot different right now. But I actually truly didn't enjoy it either. I enjoy hitting people though. I used to hit the shit out of people, but I enjoy hitting them. That was really it. Alright. Next question. Did you ever learn the TikTok dance? Listen. Is you talking about the hey, now listen, I kind of do know it. I just don't know if like I can't dance, or like I'm not loose enough for that shit. Like, I don't know. But like, listen, I recorded myself doing the dance and I looked at a plum fucking fool. So like, I didn't upload it. I looked ridiculous. But I do want to. Hey, TikTokers don't get enough credit, bro. Can we give the TikTokers some credit, bro? Because TikTokers, they don't get the credit they deserve in real life. In real life, that is hard fucking work. I be literally sweating. All right, next question. How many wrestling shows have you been to? Oh God, I have no idea. So like the first wrestling show, I've pretty much been to every wrestling show here since like I was 6, except I feel like before the pandemic I missed like 2 shows. One of the shows was like a ECW SmackDown, and I actually got in trouble at school the day before. So my dad went with one of his coworkers. The betrayal. My dad went with one of his coworkers because I got in school the day before, and I really feel like that bitch was lying on me. Whoever that teacher was, you a bitch. You made me miss my first wrestling show. And then the second wrestling show I ever missed was because of StubHub. And I will never, and when I say never, I mean absolutely ever use StubHub again in my life. My grandchildren will not be allowed to use StubHub. I paid what, $546 for a ticket, $547 for a front row seat, camera side. So that means the camera. That means I would have been on TV the whole night. I was sitting right there in front of the camera the whole night. Paid $5 something for the ticket. I get there, and I guess it was a bogus ticket. And of course I got the refund, but I didn't give a fuck about the refund. I didn't give a fuck about that $500. They literally could have they would have been better off throwing that $500 in the sewer and letting me go to the show instead of offering. They tried to offer me a ticket way up in the goddamn scaffold somewhere. I don't sit up there. I'd rather watch it from TV. Like, I'll sit up there if like there's no choice. Like if I literally don't have a choice, and that's not a situation where I didn't have a choice because I had the ticket, I bought the ticket, and y'all fucked me over. That's not me not having a choice. That's y'all fucking up. So yeah, I still haven't told you how many wrestling shows I've been to. I apologize. I don't know. Shit, more than 20. I can tell you about a Cyber Sunday. I think it was in like either 2006 or 2008. Like, I've been to all of them. I done seen Undertaker in dark matches. I done seen fucking Godfather and his hoes. I done seen all kind of shit, alright? Do I remember my first wrestling show? No. Alright. How many wrestling shows have you been to? Oh, wait. Did I just answer, do I remember my first show, or how many wrestling shows have I been to? I'm not drinking and smoking and doing this no more, okay? Listen. Okay, okay, well, how many shows have I been to? Alright. So, listen, do I remember my first wrestling show? I don't remember that either, actually, but I don't know if this is my first wrestling show. But one of my first memories I have, it was like, and I don't know if this was like the actual tag team main event, or if this was like a dark main event. And a dark main event is like for people that are just in the house. Like that's not like people in TV and stuff. They don't see that. That's just for literally just for the people there. But I remember seeing. I remember it was like a tag team match, and I remember. It was like Booker T versus Triple H. I don't know if it was like the full Evolution, or no, it couldn't have been Evolution because it was Booker T versus Triple H. I almost want to say Goldberg was in there somewhere. but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Okay. But I do believe that it was Booker T and Triple H. I remember the first time I ever seen Undertaker was in a dark match. He wasn't on TV or anything. We actually thought he wasn't there. Started packing up all our shit to leave. All of a sudden that shit said, dong. Get to looking around and shit like, what the fuck? That shit said, dong. One more time. Then they hit the lights on our ass. Then the lightning. We knew it was time to sit the fuck back down because we about to witness greatness. So I did see The Undertaker live. I have seen The Undertaker live. Somebody asked, why do people turn their music off when looking for a house or parking? I'm not sure, actually. I'm not really sure what that has to do with anything. I'm not sure. Maybe the music helps them. It distracts them from saying clearly, or it distracts them from. I don't know. That is weird though. Why do people do that? That's kind of weird. That is weird. Because like if you parking, well, I don't do it when I'm parking. That might just be like a girl thing or just like a can't drive thing. I don't turn the music down when I'm parking. But the whole looking for a house thing, I think it's kind of, it might just be like a respect thing, honestly. Like, cause you don't want to be like, blasting music in people's neighborhoods and shit. It might just be a respect thing. But we also dumb as hell too. So. Yeah, favorite video from a live show. I actually have, I do maybe have 2 or 3 videos. I could probably put them into the YouTube stream here. The podcast people, you're gonna have to go over to YouTube and take a look. I'll actually add the videos that are my favorite videos. I actually started a whole chant in an arena one time with Enzo and Cass. So that was cool. I feel like that's like a bucket list moment when you could start a chant in a whole fucking sold out arena at a pay-per-view, and you the one that started the chant that everybody is chanting. That's kind of tremendous. That's like some bucket list shit. That's like if you go to a basketball game and you start the wave or something. Do they do the wave there? I told y'all I'm not a fan. I don't really know. Where do they do the wave? Is that football or yeah, I'm not sure. But that was it for my question. I actually do have one more question, and you actually lucky because you literally sent me this question in 45 minutes before I started recording. So somebody said, are there going to be any special guests on the podcast? So not really special guests, but I will have like a reoccurring background person. My cousin will be joining me shortly. Not on the first wrestling episode, but I just need to kind of get a feel for it. Will you be smoking on the podcast? I'm already smoking on the podcast. Love life or thoughts? Answered that already. Didn't even see your question, sorry. And then what will be your favorite part of the podcast? I feel like my favorite part of the podcast would be networking, getting my name out there. If you know me, I feel like I'm already like a really good networker. Your network is your net worth. I'm going to say that again. Your network is your net worth. And in life, it is truly not about what you know, but who you know. Like that's a real thing. Like that's 100% sure. Like it's not about what you know, it's who you know. That's 100%. Because sometimes you're trying to get into a door, and you think college may have the key to that door, but if you meet the man that owns the building, you don't need to worry about getting in this door. You can get in this door, that door, that door, that door. He owns the damn building. So that's it with the questions for now. Again, I just want to kind of maybe wrap things up here a little bit. I just wanted to make sure I answered everybody's questions correctly. I wanted to make sure that I brought the energy. I just wanted to make sure what y'all be saying. I wanted to make sure that it was giving what it's supposed to give. You feel me? Did it give what it was supposed to give? It's just the first episode. Don't hold too much against me. I am nervous, but I am excited. I feel like this is gonna be good. I feel like this is a natural fit for me in a way. I already have a face for radio, so podcasting will be great for me. I feel like you just kind of have to learn my sense of humor, and I feel like that'll be a learning process. Getting to know everybody will be fun, or just meeting an entire different audience and just having people get to know me through the screen, even though that's kind of weird. because you don't really know me, kind of, but you do know me. But it just kind of depends on what we're talking about. All right. But I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that I thank everybody for all of the support. Because let me tell y'all something. There has been times where I've just been simply trying to go and smoke with my friends, and they be looking at me like, "Yo, what a podcast!" But hey, I seen you had your logo, because at first, for the longest time, my thing was, oh, I need my logo. I need my logo. I need my logo done. So once I got the logo done, I would literally be sitting in the car smoking, and they'd be like, hey, so what's good with the podcast? I see you got the logo. Like, on my ass. And I do appreciate that, bro, because that showed me that y'all really interested. Y'all really care about what a nigga gotta say. So hopefully the numbers reflect that. Hopefully the consistency reflects that. Hopefully the content reflects that, because honestly, in life, with everything, the hardest part is always starting. Whether it's a new job, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's starting a diet, whether it's perfecting a new craft, any of that shit, going back to school, any of that shit. The hardest part, literally, is just being like, fuck it, I'm doing it. Stop smoking, stopping drinking. That's the hardest part. It's just being like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. That's the hardest part of fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get to it. I'm just gonna get it done. That'd be the hardest part. Once you do that, there's nothing you can't not do. Life is really just a mental game. It's a really, really shitty mental game. You know what they say? They say life is a bitch and then you die. Ain't that deep as a motherfucker? That's fucked up. Life's a bitch and then you die. What if I want my life to be great? Life's great, but you still die. But most of the time, life is definitely a bitch. But I do definitely want to thank everybody for joining me on the first official episode of the Common Sense Ain't Common podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, common sense is truly not common. Everybody can't afford that common sense that's in their pocket. I want everybody to take this time and go follow me on Instagram. Instagram. Did you hear how I said that? Go follow me on Instagram. But no, seriously, go follow me on Instagram at dame.don. Follow me on Twitter at damedon. And you can also follow me on TikTok at damedon as well. Who the fuck asked him anything? Nobody asked this Australian dude to just come in here and promote his social sites. Where the fuck did he just come from? Oh, just make sure you follow me, please. This is unbelievable. Make sure you follow him on TikTok as well at Dame Don. That is another persona that I have. I don't have a name for him actually. So if you want to help me, come up with a name, that'd be great actually. I was thinking something along the lines of Charles or William, or I need something really English or Australian, or because I'm not British Australian, I'm not somewhere in the middle. But yeah, make sure you follow me on all the social sites. I really, really sincerely appreciate all the shares, the likes, the retweets, the DMs. I sincerely appreciate the support, bro. I really do. And this is really, truly only the beginning. It's only up from here. I'm about to edit this and get this out to y'all as quickly as possible. Let's hope I like it, because if I don't like it, I'll record the whole thing again. And I'm dead ass. But I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. I thank y'all so much for the support. And we will definitely see you back here on Friday? Yeah, what day? So today's Monday. Okay, so look, before I go, the podcast, this is like a bit of a rough patch because I'm getting started here. So typically the podcast would drop on a Monday. I'm actually recording on a Monday. So I'm not sure if I want to drop this on Wednesday or if I should drop this Friday in place of the wrestling episode and then give you another normal episode on Monday as well. But I'll figure it out. But Give me maybe 2 weeks to get a really good schedule going on, like a really solid schedule. And my schedule will be Mondays is all around world topics, everything. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm sure we'll talk about wrestling somewhere in there, but it'll be everything. And then the podcast Friday is going to be very, very wrestling heavy. Like, I do still appreciate if y'all listen, but it's wrestling heavy. That's what we covering, everything. Oh, and somebody did actually ask me which wrestling am I covering? Am I covering who am I covering? I'm covering AEW, I'm covering WWE, I'm covering NXT. You know, any news that breaks, AAA America, any news that breaks, I'll be here to help and service you. I'll be here to help you with the news, with the scoop, with the inside scoop. We're gonna get into Daniel Bryan possibly going to AEW. I would die. I would literally die. I'm sorry, I got really close to the mic, but I would die. Daniel Bryan is one of my favorite wrestlers, like I said earlier. That would be so crazy if he jumped ship, but I'll be covering everything. I'm not pro WWE. I'm not pro TNA. I'm not pro AEW. I am just simply a wrestling fan. That's it. That's all. But I do appreciate everybody for taking the time out and listening with me. Thank y'all so much. And we will be back next week. Well, this week. We're going to be fucking back, all right? Make sure you come back and see me. Look. And in honor of my first episode, y'all can't see it on the podcast, but I got a cupcake. And, you know, we just going to enjoy this cupcake in honor of it being our first episode. Hopefully we eat another cupcake next year for our 1 year anniversary. That's the goal. We're going to be eating another cupcake next year. You feel me? We eating another cupcake next year and the year after that and the year after that. Let's get it. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all.
I'm that damn good, smoking on some good, something rosy on the wood, standing on the shit so you can get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good, bitch. I'm that damn good, bitch. I'm that damn good, smoking on some good, something rosy on the wood, and bitch I got the belt so you just get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good, bitch. I'm that damn good. Big old body I'm turning, big old wood I'm burning. Big old booty, I'm yearning. Big old bucks, I'm earning. I put her in royal designer. Plus, you know, Rigo behind her. I'm about to give her that weight. Yeah, she ain't